Welcome to Casual Compliance, a show where we talk about the culture and philosophy of Commander through the lens of the Commander ban list. My name's Grams.
My name is Chili Ben.
And today we're going to be talking about, I've tried something new here and I realized that it just locks my iPad.
Wow.
So I
Yeah, now you got to put your whole passcode in.
Flash!
It was either that or I make a Queen reference.
I'm pretty sure that this is an evergreen mechanic and not a card. So we're going to find out together.
Seems fine to me.
Why an evergreen mechanic is
Because you could like,
banned.
pay 4 mana, cast a Vidalcan Orrery, you just give everything flash.
Leyline of Anticipation, the number one card I talk about in this fucking show.
Yeah. You just do that. You could cast that for free, right? Leyline, if you have it in your opening hand. You just get it.
This seems categorically worse. Okay, I'm going to read out Flash to you.
Okay, please.
This is really silly. Flash is a 2-cost, 1 and a blue instant at rare. It says you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield.
All right.
If you do, sacrifice it unless you pay its mana cost reduced by up to 2.
Okay.
Does that mean I get to pick how much I reduce its mana cost by?
Like, sacrifice it immediately unless you pay?
Yeah. If you do sacrifice it, so like it enters the battlefield, unless you pay its mana cost reduced by up to 2, you sacrifice it.
So you have to be able to afford it.
You have to be able to afford Flash and then afford it.
Well, like, if you disregard Flash, because it reduces it by 2, which is also the cost of Flash.
Yeah.
You need to be able to pay for the creature anyway. So it's not like Sneak Attack or something like that where you just drop it on the field.
Yes.
What? Why? What am I missing?
Hey, Gavin, what the fuck?
So this is where, like, I've heard the term Flash Hulk before, referring to the combo of Flash and Protean Hulk, I think,
Which
right?
is, yes.
But that's like a classic,
right.
like, combo deck kind of vibe.
But then, you've also got, well, I guess, because you've also got, like, Leyline of Anticipation Hulk.
Yeah. Because you are casting the creature with Flash, right?
You are casting the creature with Flash.
So...
No, you're not. You're not. You're putting a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield.
Okay.
It's put, which means it gets rid of, like...
So you don't get cast triggers.
The Promised End is a cast trigger. If you put it onto the battlefield, the cast trigger doesn't happen.
No.
So you're getting ETBs, but you're not getting cast triggers. This card sucks.
Does it? It doesn't give the creature haste, right?
Nope.
You just drop it on the field
and pay for it. So it's not even you're paying to not cast the spell.
Yeah, and then you're still.
And it's coming from your hand still, because it specifically specifies from your hand, so anything that cares about coming from somewhere else still is happening.
Okay. And
this might be...
And you're still, after you've cast Flash and put the creature into the field, you are still paying the full retail cost of whatever creature you put down.
Yes.
Why is this card banned?
This might be... Because I've got the ban reason here, but I haven't looked at the ban reason yet. This might be the first... I'm trying to think, right?
Yeah.
And let's think of the reasons why cards are banned from Magic.
Okay.
Really, really dodgy combos.
Yeah.
Which, okay, this could be a combo piece.
This strikes me as something that
and this is an instant
used
speed
for aggressive combos that I am not thinking of right now.
So I could put something onto the battlefield in your turn, in your combat, to like do as a blocker or something like that.
Yeah, but you immediately have to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I need to have all the mana.
Yeah.
So things are banned because of combos.
Yeah.
Things are banned because of price points.
Yeah.
So if they're on the reserve list or something like that, and the perceived...
I think there's just not that... Like, we're in the realm of, like... What was the first one we looked at that where price was the problem?
And I don't think we've done specifically Ancestral Recall, but Ancestral Recall is one of them.
Yeah. It's not actually that many that are banned for perceived cost of entry.
Yeah. Any of the Power 9.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So, like, we don't want the cost of entry to Commander to be so much that your friend you show this video to, because you should show your friends this video, says can't get into Commander because it's $4,000 for them to buy a deck. So bans for combos, bans for price points, and then bans because the card itself is just too powerful.
Yeah.
Does too much. Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, extra turn, all that kind of stuff.
This one to me feels like there's a combo I'm not thinking of that is enabled by this card.
Well, I actually think of there might be a fourth ban reason. The card is just so shit, it should not be in
No,
Magic.
Commander is the place for shit cards that do weird shit.
Yeah, but this is just a shit card that does an evergreen mechanic poorly.
Yeah, kind
like,
of.
Could you imagine if your card on it... Well, if the card on it says Flash, you still have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So this does what that does, but there's no cost reduction and you don't have to sacrifice it.
It's one of those things like you're giving a card that doesn't have Flash.
Yeah.
outside of, Vidalcan Orrery and Leyline of Anticipation.
Man.
So it's...
And this is only a creature card.
And because it's an instant, you can do the entire setup not on your turn.
Well, this is a creature card.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Leyline of Anticipation, you can do the entire setup on no one's fucking turn.
Sure.
Just putting that out there.
Let's put aside pre-game actions for now. I'm thinking about like how you would use this and like trying to use that as a way to think about why it's a problem.
Yeah, you're right. And look, I personally wouldn't use this, not because it's banned, but because it's trash.
Yeah.
Changing the name. Welcome to the episode about trash.
Like if it reduced the cost by more than 2, I could see that as the reason why. But it's just...
But you still have to pay the 2 for the flash.
Well, you pay 2 for the flash, and then you're only ever reducing the cost of the creature by 2, and then you sack it otherwise. Unless there's something... Is there a window where the creature has entered and you can respond to something to blink it or something before the sacrifice happens?
Well, I want you to think of Solitude and Wonder.
I'll let you evoke.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Because this is similar. Because if you think about evoke cards are cheaper. But
read me the whole text of this again.
You may put a creature card, because I'm doing the same, because I'm like trying to figure it out. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Full stop.
Yeah.
If you do, sacrifice it unless you pay its mana cost, reduced by up to 2.
Okay.
So you could also just reduce it by 1 if you wanted to and be a silly little guy.
Here's where I think this can become a problem. Now that I'm thinking about that, because like there's no window in which you can respond to the creature. Like, for example, blink the creature before the sacrifice happens. You can't do that because that's all within the resolution of Flash.
Yes.
So effectively what you would use this for is 2 mana, get an ETB effect.
Yes.
And just let the sacrifice happen. So it's not actually about getting the creature out for cheap. It's about paying
the effect out
2 mana for... And as someone who just built Tanook Steadfast Second, which gives everything warp 2 and a red, that's exactly what that deck is built to do.
And as someone who's building a Spira, Sin Spira's Judgment, or Spira's Punishment deck, where it's just about putting things in the graveyard and then having them come back later, would be good for that. Yeah. But I still don't think that this is bannable because of it. Because I think you've just given me the argument for why it shouldn't be.
So in a few recent episodes, we've talked about Isochron Scepter, and we've been a little bit mistaken in how we've remembered it works.
Yes, because we just think it's the best thing ever, but it's not.
It's not instants and sorceries. It's only instants, 2 mana or less.
Which is an instant.
You could put this under an Isochron Scepter and just be flashing big shit out for ETB effects for the rest of the game.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. We should probably go to research then.
Let's go.
I'm kind of grasping at straws a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is an easy unban. Surely you think this is an easy unban.
I am leaning... Making
the Chinook deck that you've just made?
Yes. I am leaning in the direction of, like, I reckon Game Changer. Like, because that's where...
Oh, for sure. Everything unban goes Game Changer.
What I'm less sure about is whether or not it can then go into just being unbanned.
And now using the list that I have when I look at the things and the reasons why they're banned, we also have some reasons why things aren't unbanned.
Right.
As per Gavin Verhey from that original announcement of the 5 unbans that happened, because clearly we're the best. Okay, well, research time.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Casual Compliance. We're talking about Flash today. We've done our research. If you want to see what we spoke about during research, go to casualcompliance.fun. Join the
upkeep and unban tiers
to see that stuff, and join the untap if you just want to hang out and chat with us.
Yeah.
And if you think that any of our opinions are wrong today or about Jeweled Lotus, definitely join the untap and tell us in our Discord.
Yeah. You can try in our comments, but you'll probably just find other people telling you you're wrong.
Yeah, fucking A. If you go to TikTok, Casual Compliance, and comment on that Jeweled Lotus post, you're either going to find someone who very much agrees with you and you guys can high-five each other, or you'll find someone who's reasonable, who's like, hey, death threats are wrong.
Yeah.
On to Flash, though. Just a cheeky little reminder for you about what Flash does. It's a instant for 2, 1 and a blue. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Full stop. If you do, sacrifice it unless you pay its mana cost, reduced by up to 2.
2 generic.
2 generic, yes. So this card was printed in 1996, so I believe it's Mirage, so it's from.
It is,
Quite early. and then it was banned in 2020, which means when we were playing Magic. Oh no!
I was playing Magic. I started end of 2021.
So you just missed Flash.
Yeah.
Bad news for you.
Not really.
Good news for me though. Fuck, because I feel like you would do broken shit with this.
Yeah.
And no tactic transforms a battle like a well-timed carnivore. That's the flavor text on this. It's
I thought you were reading the ban reason. I was like, wow, they're getting like
it's kind of real.
They're getting poetic.
It's kind of real. We love poetry in this. But let's talk about the ban reason,
please.
We felt that. Well, I feel it can be unbanned, but we did feel that it was. I felt it was because it was a bad card. You felt because it cheats things out. For cheaper because you don't have to pay the cost and they die.
Yeah, like the reason I think this card is a problem is if you disregard the second sentence entirely.
Yes.
Like you're just paying 2 mana to get some effect from a creature entering or leaving the battlefield.
It turns everything into a 2 mana evoke.
Yeah.
Flash effectively allows players to evoke a creature in their hand for 1 and a blue.
There we go.
Many other formats have recognized that the mechanism that Flash uses to do this prevents meaningful interaction, which I will get to.
Okay.
Worse, because Flash's power is tied to the creature, tied to the creatures that are being cheated into play, its power increases over time as creature design becomes more powerful.
That's true.
So it's a power creep card as well, right?
Well, it is made worse by power creep happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, very fair and cool reasons to ban it.
Yeah.
Here's the reason it wasn't unbanned in that sweep of unbans that happened. In CEDH, so many games were coming down to a Flash and Protean Hulk, leading to Flash's ban.
That's Flash Hulk, baby.
CEDH once again has ruined Flash. Cheating in enters effects with Flash is only going to become more powerful with time.
Yeah.
So that's a heads up for something that's coming. Thanks, Gavin, for that. Anyway, it's staying banned. I disagree, but that's me.
Yeah. Very quickly to read off Protean Hulk, because I couldn't actually remember what it does. 5 green for a 6/6 beast.
Yep.
It says, when Protean Hulk dies, search your library for any number of creature cards with total mana value 6 or less. Put them onto battlefield, then shuffle.
Yep. Any number.
Any number. And there are 0 and 1 cost creatures that do all sorts of things.
So what was the cost again?
5 green, or 2.
No. For the when it dies, 6 cost or less.
Total mana value 6 or less.
Yeah. Massacre Worm.
Yeah. Oh, you could just flash Massacre Worm.
Yep. no, but as in like you could Protean Hulk Massacre Worm.
Yeah. We'll just immediately go find it. So that's what Flash Hulk is. You flash in a Protean Hulk and then drop a bunch of bullshit.
Well, it was fun. End of the episode.
Yeah. It's honestly a lot of it.
Okay, and hear me out. Yeah. That would be a clear bracket 5 CEDH. I would be very interested in the CEDH players of the internet. Do you miss with in a world where there's a 2 fucking card combo instant win in Demonic Consult, Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah.
In a world where the Thoracle combo exists and is really heavily played, do you miss Flash Hulk?
Well, I think the difference here is that
on a turn, you can be done on turn 2.
No, like with Flash, like it's an instant and then it's an enter or leave the battlefield effect that's happening. You need very specific counter spells to deal with that, because it's what you're really dealing with, unless you counter Flash, is counter target triggered ability.
Well, but this is because, and here's the thing, and this is I guess getting onto my point. I think Flash in a vacuum isn't actually as good as it seems. It's very good with Protean Hulk because of the LTB.
I've got some other options.
Yes. Well, yeah, there's other options that probably do it better. Because Flash, if you're not paying the mana cost, it happens all at once. The creature enters and leaves basically at the same time. There's no priority. There's no reaction.
Yeah.
When you cast Flash, the thing happens unless the Flash is countered.
Yeah,
you can't counter the Protean Hulk entering.
No, you'd have to target specifically its trigger ability when it leaves.
Exactly. And I mean, a Strionic Resonator as well can double that LTB as well. So there's ways to there's things to combo off with that, all that kind of cool stuff. But flash is quite limited, especially if you're not paying that extra mana cost. Whereas, for example, in my opinion, sneak attack is way better. It's 3 and a red, and you pay a red
just to put a creature into play.
To put a creature into play, it gains haste, and then you sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But that also means you've got a bigger window in which that creature can be dealt with in some way.
Well, if you care about LTBs, other than a creature, LTBs leaves the battlefield. Does Protean Hulk leaves the battlefield or dies?
Dies.
So, and that's the important part. If you can't exile the Protean Hulk, so you have to counter with flash. You can't exile the Protean Hulk. Where with sneak attack, if you Protean Hulk with sneak attack, you have a chance to Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, like it becomes a much cheaper and easier problem to solve.
Which I think is it's a good fix, but at the same time, for you could get sneak attack down on turn 2.
Sure.
And just Beyblade Protean Hulk.
Yeah.
So you still can Protean Hulk on turn 2.
I don't think Protean Hulk is the problem.
Well, and this brings a question I'm going to derail a little bit before we get into your research is, why was Flash banned and Protean Hulk not?
Because I think there are other cards that Flash turns into more of a problem.
Whereas, see, but from this ban reason here, it mentions specifically Flash Hulk.
Yeah.
And as Flash Hulk as being the reason why it remains banned. It does say cheating in ETBs is going to become more powerful with time. So I get that.
Which I'll get to.
but sneak attack exists.
But I think like that the original ban reason is calling out the Flash Hulk combo as like a lot of CEDH games were trending in that direction, which speaks to like homogeneity of the format, and that's a thing that they're actively designed. Well, like Commander is actively designing away from, which is like you want games to be varied and different and like not always end the same way. And I'd argue they do that in every format. Like you look at the way standard and modern cards get banned, it's because you go to every like 6 out of 8 decks at a top 8 are the same shit.
Sorry.
Are you talking about the Arena VV shit? Where like 50% of decks
57% of decks is it prowess, and then the rest was just everything else.
It was like 1 or 2 of every other type of deck. It's just like Arena standard breakdowns.
I'm playing Jund Landfall in standard, and I'm not having fun against
prowess. No. So yeah, I like I said, I don't think Protean Hulk here is the problem. I think the problem is Flash allows you to hit that effect in a way that is very difficult for anyone else to deal with, because you specifically need either to counter Flash at turn 2 when it could happen at its earliest, right? Or you need to be able to counter a triggered ability.
It can happen at turn 1.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
the thing, right?
Like, yeah.
Well, actually, no, it couldn't happen at turn 1 because even if you got the Soul Ring down and the Arcane Signet,
whatever it is, like the problem is like it can happen so early and with so little warning, and it's a much tighter window to interact with it. Whereas, like I thought about sneak attack as well, but like you said, you don't sacrifice it until the next end step. So you've got a much bigger window where you could Swords to Plowshare for 1 mana and blow it up. Yeah. And it exiles it, so you'd miss the Protean Hulk trigger.
Yeah. That's... Which is now we get... Protean Hulk is... because Protean Hulk wasn't banned. So Protean Hulk, not the problem. Flash is the problem. Why is Flash the problem?
So I went to a website I haven't for a minute, commanderspellbook.com, doing a search for like combos that include Flash. There are 12 of them listed here. All of them include Protean Hulk. But they're things like what you're dropping onto the field is like... so the one that I pulled, because like one of them is like 8 cards and it's crazy, and a lot of them are 0 mana creatures. You're just doing some weird shit. This is Flash, Protean Hulk, Inverter of Truth, 2 black for an Eldrazi, has Devoid and Flying.
One of those bad boys.
When it enters the battlefield, exile all cards from your library face down, then shuffle all cards from your graveyard into your library. And the 4th card in the combo is Thassa's fucking Oracle. It's a Thoracle enabler.
Yeah! You can't get away from Thoracle. You cannot get away from Thoracle.
Just in case anyone watching this hasn't seen Thassa's Oracle before, it is blue for a Merfolk Wizard that says, when Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue, Put up to one of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So there's a prerequisite here about like having enough blue devotion to like make this work.
I'm pretty devoted to blue.
But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that Commander Spellbook was turning up. And there's like some stuff in here involving like Sage of Hours to get infinite turns happening.
You know who else is devoted to blue?
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John. She's hopelessly devoted to blue anyway.
So other things I found that...
That's why we need the soundboard!
That would work. No, we're not doing that. So you mentioned it during research, but I actually pulled it up. World Spine Worm.
Yep.
8 green for a 15/15 with trample. But what you're actually going to do with Flash here is when it dies, create 3 5/5 worm creature tokens with trample. But when World Spine Worm is put into a graveyard from anywhere, you shuffle it back into your library.
I have a World Spine Worm in my Atla Palani Nest Tender deck. I've had a World Spine Worm down on turn 4.
That's great.
Fucking stupid.
And then I'll remind you again that you can put Flash under an Isochron Scepter, and then both Flash and World Spine Worm are like potentially running on a loop.
God. But no, because also if you have no cards left in your library except the World Spine Worm,
yeah, you just do it. You just keep going. I mean, you'd still have to pay the 2 mana for the Isochron Scepter activation, but
that's fucking fine.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh my god!
Also found Ancient Stone Idol, 10 mana for a 12/12. It itself has Flash,
gorgeous card,
and it says it costs 1 less for each attacking creature. Also has Trample, but it also has a death trigger. It says when it dies, create a 6/12 colorless construct artifact creature token with Trample.
It has Flash on it. It's fine,
but that's.
Okay,
but like Flash gives it that immediate like sacrifice happening.
Yeah,
that's where this gets sped up.
Hear me out, right?
Yeah.
If there's an evergreen mechanic that's named after a card and the evergreen mechanic is different, should we retcon the card to
retcon the
evergreen
mechanic?
And this is what I'm getting to, right? Imagine your spells with Flash. You could reduce the cost by 2 to sack it immediately. I think that's great game design. And hear me out, Wizards of the Coast, you should hire me to not only run your events, but also to design your game.
Stop it. Phyrexian Triniform.
I
9 mana, 9/9.
Love that card.
When it dies, create 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature tokens. It also has Encore for 12.
Yep.
Which is pay 12, exile it from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste.
And then sacrifice.
Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. So then you get 3 more of these happening.
6 more. Because each opponent.
2/2/2.
Sorry, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is.
You end up with a bunch of 3/3s.
Wormcoil Engine, same thing.
Yeah. We mentioned it before. Massacre Worm, 3 mana, black.
Yep.
3 black. For a 6/5 Phyrexian Worm. When it enters, creatures your opponents control get -2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life.
So it's just like a board wipe.
Kind of a 2 mana board wipe with a bunch of damage, potentially.
I mean, a 2 mana board wipe is usually a red thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And it's usually 3 costs. I'm thinking Brotherhood's End kind of stuff. Is like deal 3 damage to each creature or get rid of each artifact kind of thing.
Furnace Dragon.
Oh, yep.
6 red for a 5/5 dragon. It has affinity for artifacts. We don't care. It has flying. Not relevant. When it comes into play...
Affinity of flying. Who cares?
Well, for the point of Flash, it doesn't matter because it's going to die. When it comes into play... Actually, I should read the actual updated text because this is an old printing. When this creature enters... Oh, it's cast now. Okay, never mind. Because on the original printing, it says when it comes into play, if you played it from your hand... remove all artifacts from the game, but that's now been updated to say if you cast it from your hand.
The word cast and play mean the same thing because they still say play sometimes on cards, I think.
Yeah.
But put.
Okay.
Put is the
disregard that one. And I'm going to give you fire.
Yes, disregard means unban.
I'm going to give you Fire Dragon instead.
Oh fuck.
A card from Portal. 6 red for a 6/6 flying dragon. When it comes into play, it deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. Just blow up a creature, probably. I don't know.
So,
not as good, but look, some of these are insane.
I get it.
Yeah.
I do get it.
Yeah.
I just don't... Because and I'm going back to Sneak Attack here, which is my one calling card here. Really is Sneak Attack is an enchantment. Enchantments can be interacted with. I get it. That's fine. But you have multiple opportunities for ETBs to occur because you cannot counter the Sneak Attack card coming into the battlefield.
You can. It's an activated ability.
You can counter the activated ability, yes. But unless you have something that specifically counters activated abilities, which exists, but is a lot...
It's a little more niche.
It's a lot more niche. I think it's a lot more niche. It's definitely not as many cards as there are as counters. But unless you can counter the activated ability, that creature is entering. So the argument that being able to flash in or cheat in ETBs is problematic means that either Sneak Attack eventually is going to cop a ban, or they think that 5 cost is the right price point for a cheat.
I think the difference here is that Sneak Attack has more opportunities for you to interrupt what it's trying to do.
Because you can remove the Sneak Attack.
So you cast the Sneak Attack. Great. That's one option. Counter spell, whatever.
Yep.
There's activating the ability.
Interactable.
There's the creature entering.
Interactable.
Some trigger goes on the stack. And then after you've had the creature enter, then they're all subject to removal.
Exactly.
Whereas Flash is like, a lot of shit is just going to happen before you have any potential window to stop it.
Well, I mean, let's go back to Warp then.
Well,
no, because Warp is kind of like Sneak Attack. Because it stays on the battlefield until the end, and then it exiles?
It goes to exile, and then you can cast it on a later turn for its full cost.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess I mean, if you look at the design of Magic through time, you can see the knobs and dials being tinkered.
You can also see like mechanics progress and like inspire future mechanics. I think you get from the card flash to the mechanic flash, you get to things like adventures,
omens,
foretell, warp. All of that stuff sort of comes from a similar place.
Exactly, and you hear Mark Rosewater talk about it on Drive to Work, where they see what they have and then they see what they can adjust on it to make it more sustainable going forward. Like, they definitely acknowledge or admit their mistakes when they're designing cards, and I think Flash being very clearly evoke later is like, oh, they saw what they did on Flash. They were like, well, no, this is too powerful for everything, so we can put on specific cards later.
Yeah.
And then stopped doing it because turns out if they make something too powerful, they don't want to do it again. So when was the last time you saw Evoke, right? It was Modern Horizons 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Which means clearly, and this is
like
really
some of those cards are banned, right?
Grief?
Yeah.
And so clearly Evoke was quite powerful. They're like, maybe we tune it back a little bit. Which, and let's get down to the real meat and potatoes of the episode, is why battles are banned.
They're shadow banned.
So go to casualcompliance.fun, hang out with us on there. You can see other episodes. If you join up as a member, you can see the behind the scenes stuff, and you can hang out in our Discord and lament the fact that we are never getting battles again, because if they really wanted to give them to us, they would have printed them in Dragonstorm.
We need to start a channel in the Discord that is like just counting the number of days since the last battle was printed.
Oh, that's get in the fucking Discord. It's there. Go join the untapped fucking level of our, and just hang out.
Sorry, that idea has really tickled me.
Yeah,
it's just a bot. No one's allowed to post in there. Except this one
it's just a day since since a new battle announced. Not even doing battles in fucking Spider. Anyway, I've been Gramps.
I've been Chili Bin. I will say, first time we get to say this, shout out to our unban tier supporter Spider with a Y and an A. You figure out where those sit in the name.
Thank you, Spider.
Thank you for your support. It means the world to us.
And thank you. This is our first official episode with Henhouse Studios as well. So
yes,
this place is great, and we're going to go have a barbecue now.
Fuck yeah.
Sick.